It's Ruben Lowe, and it's Wednesday afternoon. I gave a speech at noon, about 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes, on saying it right. And as I was giving the speech, there was so much more to that topic than I could say in 5 minutes. I had an experience working as a venture capital broker, and it was hard. It was you'd average like 200 phone calls a day for to get sent out one or two packages and end up closing like 1 in 12. They hired a well-renowned sales trainer, and he taught us a couple things. He taught us about a drop and close, and he taught us about the taking the sticker shock away. So there was a script he gave us, and the minimum investment was like $10,000. And so if you try the drop and close, you ask for 30,000, 3 units for 30,000, and somebody doesn't move on that thing. What would you be comfortable with? And if they wouldn't give you an answer, then it's, well, I guess 10,000 is a lot of money. But I guess it depends on your perspective. Let me ask you. If you took that $10,000 and you put it in a brown paper bag and lit it on fire, would it change your lifestyle? Would it mean you'd have to eat a different cut of meat, drive a different car, live in a different house? Would it keep you from sending your kids to college? Because if that's the case, I wouldn't want you doing this. But if this does as well as we think it's going to do, it could mean the difference between whether you're driving a motor home or motor coach in your retirement. The other people in the office, I would say it just as I was taught, exactly verbatim. Everybody else would say, imagine you put $10,000 in a brown paper bag and lit it on fire. How would that make you feel? Instantly, I mean, you'd never get them back. After that, there's nothing you could say to bring them back, because all they can picture is burning their money by giving it to you. Okay, so how people feel is huge. And so the way you say things, that's what's important, is how your words make them feel. And you got to pay attention. What is their personality? Are they a strong choleric? Well, you can get away with challenging them and raising your voice a little bit. They may not like it, but they'll take it. They're not going to let you push them around. They might be a popular saying. You can say things that could be hard to hear, but if you say them nice and with a smile and happy and upbeat, they'll take it. Okay? They may be a melancholy. They're into the details. So if you can actually pencil it out for them, to show them why, this is going to work for them, right? If you worked out dollar cost averaging with an index universal life versus a variable product, whether it's a VUL or just mutual funds, you would win them over in a minute, because that floor is worth gold. Just so much. You could do so much better with that protection, even with the dollar cost average, and even buy-in at the bottom. Then there's the phlegmatic. And the phlegmatic personality, they don't move fast. They don't like attention, good or bad. They're consistent and steady. You get a lot of those. They come to training all the time. They don't do a lot, all right? But they get the details. They get the deals, and they can really help those strong clerics and the popular sanguines, because they're not as patient, okay, and maybe not as detail oriented, okay. So if you can just understand it, but here's the thing: if they get a goal, if you look at the Winnie the Pooh characters, the rabbit is the strong cleric. He's the only one that can keep up with Tigger, right? He's kind of bossy, right? Then there's of course there's Tigger. Tigger's popular sanguine. It's got to be fun and exciting, or I'm out of here. Okay. And then there's the melancholy, and that's Eeyore, right? Kind of a downer, but he knows all the details. He knows where all the problems are. He'll help you find them. Okay. Then there's the phlegmatic, and that's Winnie the Pooh. And he can make friends with all of them. The strong cleric doesn't feel like he's got to compete with him, and he can relax and let his hair down, right? The popular sanguine, though, doesn't have to, he's not going to upstage him, all right? So but here's the thing about them. They may not move fast, but they're steady. And if they got a goal, you can't keep Winnie the Pooh from his honey. Okay, so if you can find their dream or their motivation, why they're doing it, you got a winner there. Okay, then there's, their love language. Are they, physical touch? Is it words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts? If you figure out what their love language is, and usually they have two. They have one that they like to give and one they like to get. I'm acts of service. If I like you, I work hard for you. And what I want in return, I want words of affirmation. I want people to tell me I'm as great as what I think I am, right? A lot of women like quality time. Quality time drives me crazy. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I want to do something. I want to produce. But a lot of times people, women and like the quality time. Okay. Then there's your NLP, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. 70% of the population is visual. If you're not showing them something, you could be talking all day. Best speaker in the world. If you can't show them something, you're not going to reach them. That's why the PowerPoint works. Okay, the videos work. Then there's 20% of the population. They're kinesthetic. Okay, they measure all their senses equally. They internalize them, and how they feel determines how they make their decisions. So then there's like 7% of the population, 3% of the population, it's auditory. I'm one of those. Okay, so I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm hearing the tone of your voice. I'm listening to see if you're referencing visual. So I know if you're a visual learner, all right? Or if you say felt, you're describing how something feels. It tells me you're kinesthetic. Or if you say that sounds good, all right? I hear what you're saying. Bam, that's a auditory, and they get what I'm saying. All right, and so you got to put it all together. Because if you're not speaking their language, if you're not talking to a strong cleric like he's a leader, you lose them. If you're not giving a popular sanguine attention, you're losing them. Even if they're a little scatterbrained, man, you get excited about their enthusiasm and just say, man, if you could just put that together a little better with your enthusiasm, you would knock it out of the park. And you meet them where they're at. You know, somebody who's really good with the details, man, if you could just say that with a smile on your face, you own this. All right, and you got to learn how to communicate the right way. Always getting them focused on going forward. Okay, that's the magic of getting people out of their subconscious programming, their rut. Is you got to get them to think forward. You got to get them to visualize themselves doing better than they're doing. You know, having, you know, being that person, being that winner. Okay, you got to get them to visualize that, and you make a new person out of them. So you just got the benefit of what I meant to say. My leadership talk on how to not leave people behind, how to keep the herd moving with you. Okay, you know, get rid of that frowny face. Okay, you can say things that are hard to hear with a smile, and it'll be received a lot better. You don't always have to correct people all the time. Sometimes you just have to let them, you know, they'll get on track. All right. Have a great Wednesday.